Joe Workman here, and in this video, we're going to be looking at the QuickFlip 4 Animate swatches. These are really great because they allow you to take the QuickFlip concept and apply those animations to multiple elements at the same time, just by adding one swatch to the page. It's really cool. Let's check it out. So in this video, we're going to be looking at this demo of QuickFlip and how we used the QuickFlip swatches to target multiple elements at once. And then we're also staggering these animations so that they happen all at different times. So without further ado, let's jump on in. So if we look at our layout here that I built, it is just a block grid. Now this uses a Foundation 6 block grid, but you can use any sort of grid stack that you like. There's nothing special here in terms of the layout. It is just a basic grid, okay? And what I've done here is for each block grid cell, okay, you'll notice that I've created this layout so that the pictures, I have a black picture and then a white picture, the backgrounds, and then I have black and then I have white, and then it alternates on this one. I have a white picture and then a black, just kind of give us an interesting kind of checkered board layout, right? And what I've done here is on each block grid cell, I have set the class to, on the black ones, I have QF black, and on the white block grid cells, I have QF white, a class. Again, I just alternate that. So all the black ones have QF black, all the white ones have QF white, okay? Now let's look at the swatches. I've applied a few different styles to these just with swatches. If you're not familiar with swatches, you can still style these independently with whatever your favorite stacks are, okay? But here I quickly styled all the backgrounds here to be gray. And then on the black ones, on the white ones, I set the opposite side to be black and so on and so forth. Okay. And then I use the position stack to center that heading right in the middle. Right. All right. We're not going to really review those in this video. We're concerned about these two QuickFlip 4 stacks. So if we look at this QuickFlip 4, we have QF black. And remember, that's the class that we added to all the black cells. Okay, and then I have QF white, and I've added that class to all the white cells. So what are the difference there? If we notice the black ones, they will flip horizontally. And then the QF white animation, I've set those to flip vertically. Most of the settings are pretty much identical in there, but let's have a look at that. So again, if we look at this, we'll notice that the black images will flip horizontally, such as this elephant, and the steer will flip vertically, okay? So it gives me some variations in my animations, right? So some of them will flip horizontal, some will flip vertical, so that we get just a different feel and look to my grid. What else is different about them, okay? Again, all I did is I set the class here, and all I needed to do to apply this particular animation was add that class to all of the black cells, which we've done, okay? Next up, we'll look further down at the animation timing. So here I've done on all the black ones, I set the start delay to be 2 to 4 seconds. So what that means is it's going to wait anywhere between 2 to 4 seconds for each one to delay that animation. Okay. And then I also added a wait time. So in between each animation, it's going to stop anywhere between 4 to 7 seconds. Again, all these are just to add some randomness, okay? Because each one is going to randomly pick a time and be on a different timing scale. So it's kind of give us this very random animation look throughout the entire grid. So let's say this first image, it chooses a start delay of 3 seconds. And this one chooses a start delay of 3.5 seconds, okay? And then the wait times could be different as well. So it really gives us this randomness in terms of animations in terms of the entire grid. Here, if we look at the interactions, I set to when you hover over an element, okay, it will pause. And then when I hover out, it will play again. When I click, it will keep going forward. And then when it scrolls into view, it will play. So let's have a look at those interactions. So by default, if we load the page, from the top, nothing happens. And as I scroll down the page, they will start animating as they scroll in with a random time delay. When I hover over an image, it will pause it. So it will not animate while I'm hovering over a particular one. And as I click on it, I can make it animate and as much as I want just by clicking it. And then when I hover out, the animation will play again. So that looping animation will start all over. So as you see, the QuickFlip swatches give us a lot of power because I didn't need to have a QuickFlip stack inside every cell. Now, before we go, there's one more powerful thing that we need to talk about, okay? And that is what QuickFlip 4 can work on, okay? What these swatches will work on. So here I have a block grid cell, okay? And this cell, if you notice, there are no QuickFlip sides here. I just have a picture and then a container. So what this does is whatever the child element of block grid cell is, those will be the sides. So here I have a picture. That picture becomes one side. Below that, I have a container with a header inside. Well, guess what? That container is my next side. And if I go ahead and add in a second elephant container, let's say this is side 3, okay? And then let's say I have another one, which is side 4, okay? As you see, all of these are direct children to the element that contains the class that QuickFlip is applying to. So as you see this elephant one, if I just click it, we'll see that it just keeps animating all 4 sides, okay? So pretty cool. We can apply this concept pretty evenly, and it just, if we unhover, it just keeps on playing that animation with all 4 sides. Now, applying a QuickFlip class to a stack, most times it will work. Depending on the way that stack is developed, it may or may not work adding a class and relying on the children. Now, in most Foundation 6 stacks, this will work just fine. It'll work perfectly. Okay, but there are some instances that it might not. For example, here I've taken that elephant card, the content from that one elephant card, and put it inside of a 1-column stack, a 1-column Foundation stack, and then I added that QF black class to the 1-column. Okay, and let's preview this. It does not work. Okay. If you notice here, things just don't work properly. Okay. It generates some JavaScript errors. It just doesn't work. Okay. So how do you know whether or not adding a class to something will work and when it won't work? And the question is, try it. If you understand the way the code works, okay, let's preview this in the browser. And if we look at this implementation in the browser, and let's go ahead and inspect it really quick. Now, you all know me. I want to show you why something doesn't work. Okay. So here, if we open this page in Safari, and if we look at the browser, we will see that here is the element that has the QF black class. Okay. And if we expand this down, we will notice that the direct children is not my content. It's this other cell that Foundation requires to actually do some column sizing, okay? So in this case, the child, if we look at the child of that, that's what I wanted. So in this case, a 1-column stack will not work, okay? Other cases that you might think are common, if we were to use a Foundation 6 container stack, this will not work unless you go ahead and set the sizing to be auto no wrapper, okay? Then a container will work. Now, what is good is if we look at a default, this is a 1-column stack from Stacks. This is the actual Stacks 1-column, not a Foundation one. This is just the default 1-column stack that ships with the Stacks plugin. If we notice now, I can add the QF black to that 1-column stack. Okay, and if I preview, it actually works. Okay, so that's a nice thing. It will work with the default 1-column stack that ships with Stacks. So that's nice. But again, as we see, this is just a lot of kind of trial and error to determine Most things will work, but it might not be guaranteed to work when we're using the QuickFlip swatch. Okay, so I hope that helps you out with the QuickFlip animate swatches. As you see, there is a lot of power, and hopefully some of those little troubleshooting steps that I showed you along the way can help you out as well, figuring out maybe why QuickFlip isn't targeting the elements that you think, okay? So yeah, there are maybe some more advanced features in terms of knowing what to apply it to. But once you figure that out, it works magically, really, really well. And again, it allows you to apply it to an entire suite of things on your page just by adding a class. And that's pretty sweet if you ask me. So again, everyone, I hope you enjoy QuickFlip 4 and go forth and make your websites great. Bye.